Welcome in, everyone. My name's Mike. I've helped hundreds of young professionals and new graduates with career coaching, their resumes, interviews, cover letters, and so on. In today's video, I want to share 5 tips for excelling at your 9-to-5 job, whether you currently have one or you're just starting one. These tips will help you be the rising star in your division. In my channel, we talk a lot about earning, saving, and investing. And today, we want to talk about those 9-to-5ers who are trying their best to earn that next promotion, to climb that corporate ladder. And I want to provide 5 tips, the basics that you can do to help set yourself apart and set yourself up for that next promotion. The first item that can help set yourself apart and help you excel at your 9-to-5 is to dress the part. Now, this often comes up when we're talking about job interviews, right? We say dress for the job that you want, dress for the job that you want. But I suggest carrying that forward into just your everyday at your 9-to-5. Dressing the part provides you with so much respect, honestly. It's the easiest thing that you can do. Just by wearing dress shoes instead of a dress sneaker, wearing a dress shirt instead of a t-shirt or a sweater, sets you apart. Not everyone's going to do it, and it shows that you take your profession seriously. You take your work seriously, you take care of yourself, and so much of life is about how others perceive you. And I've noticed in my life that just by dressing a little bit above everybody else, dressing for the job that I want, dress like my manager dresses as opposed to my peers at work, will help get me respect. People comment like, "Oh, you always look so sharp." It will change the perception of you for the better and help you with that next job interview. The second is super easy, and that is to be on time or early if possible and to say good morning to everyone. All right, over time, lots of people show up late. And what you can do if you're just starting a 9-to-5 or if you're already in a 9-to-5, be the person that's there early. Be the person that's sending emails early, that's saying good morning to people on the way in. It helps build those connections. It shows that you're committed to your work. It shows that you're professional. And ultimately, it will be a small thing that sets you apart from most people at your workplace. The third way to excel in your 9-to-5 is to take initiative in your own learning. So we all know that training at new jobs is sometimes terrible, right? Sometimes very challenging. I've been in jobs where I'm just sort of sitting in the cubicle waiting for my manager or whoever to come up to me and be like, "Hey, Mike, can I teach you how to do this program that's critical to your work?" Or, "Hey, do you need to know what to actually do all day?" The key here is to not wait, is to take initiative. Sometimes the onboarding is not going to be there. The training is not going to be there. I recommend actually reaching out to some of your colleagues and asking them for help. "Hey, how do I run this program? Hey, my manager mentioned I'm going to be doing this. How do I do that? Can I set up 20 minutes with you and you teach me how to use X program?" I recommend doing that. Take initiative into your own learning. Not only will you learn the material and be able to contribute in your job faster, but you'll also build connections with those various colleagues, which will help you in the long run. The fourth way to excel in your job is to say yes to opportunities, right? Whether it's on a different team or your workload's already busy, if they're asking for volunteers, "Hey, who wants to be part of this project that we're doing? Who wants to be part of this initiative that we're taking on?" Say yes. Not only does it help you gain more experience, which you can bring up later in job interviews, right? You have all those different projects and initiatives to pull from when you're answering questions in a future job interview. But you're also going to meet all the different middle managers who lead those projects, and you have the opportunity to build relationships with them and showcase your skills and your professionalism and whatnot. So it can only help you. The more that you become sort of ingrained in the company and everything that they do, the less expendable you can be, the more likely you are to rise up the ranks and climb the ladder. So I highly recommend say yes to opportunities, dive in, take on as much work as you possibly can while maintaining your mental health, obviously, and you will see the benefit. The fifth way to excel in your 9-to-5 and make sure that you get that next promotion is to be present and be engaged as much as you can, particularly at the beginning. What you don't want to do is to leave for vacation for a month after starting a job or be sick for 3 weeks. Obviously, some of that's out of your control, but if you're sick, you're sick. But my point is that we want you to be present. Regardless of whether you can work from home, I think at the beginning of a new job, it might be wise to not work from home, to build those relationships, to show that you care about the work, you care about meeting your colleagues, you care about your performance. And I think ultimately, again, that helps you feel part of the team, helps you feel sort of part of the mission, So my tip there is to just at least make it appear as though you're fully bought in. You want to be a contributor. You want to be a workhorse for this team. You don't want to sit in the background and just be forgotten, right? So that will help you certainly stand out as a rising star. The honorable mention here is to control what you can control, right? Whether you're a junior employee or a new employee, you're not going to have a say in the work that you're doing, but you do have a say in your attitude and how you approach your work, right? So regardless of what happened yesterday or while you were at home or anything that's going on in your personal life, try and leave that behind when you enter the doors at work. Try and bring a positive attitude, a can-do attitude, a team-first mentality where you're saying yes to opportunities, you're willing to help colleagues, you're willing to train where you can, etc. Do your best to have that positive attitude. It will go a long way. People will want to work with you, right? People will then want to bring you in on different activities. And when it comes down to it and they're looking for that next manager or they're looking to promote someone, you will have built an incredible impression, right? And they will actually want to work with you, which is the key. That's what it ultimately boils down to. Do people want to work with you? Do they want to work with you in an even greater, more in-depth capacity at the managerial level? Then certainly control what you can control, have a positive attitude, be grateful for your job, try and show up every day as best as you can. Now, I know what you're thinking. These all seem like bare minimums. Show up on time, do your work, have a positive attitude. And they are bare minimums, but you'd be surprised how they slip over time, right? Over time, people sort of fall into the culture of the workplace. They show up late. They dress more casually. They leave early. They work from home wherever they can. They don't take on extra work. I mean, this is pretty prevalent across offices that I've worked in my life. And so just by doing these basic 5 points that I mentioned, dress right, be on time, say hello to people, take initiative, say yes, be present as much as possible. Those are all things well within your control that will help you excel at your 9 to 5, stand out from your colleagues, and get that next promotion, allowing you to earn more money and build that earning potential as much as you can, which is what we talk about here on the channel. It's a personal finance channel after all. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in more content like this, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.